Hello guys, welcome back to Techdose, and in this video we will see the introduction to heap. In this video we will see the heap types along with the tree concepts which are required in order to understand the heap data structure. Along with that we will see the max heap and min heap and how to identify heaps. Okay, so we will see that using examples. So let us first quickly look at the tree concepts. In the tree concept we need to know what is a complete binary tree. So a complete binary tree is a combination, that means it includes the perfect binary tree as well as it includes almost complete binary tree. So if you combine both this, I mean this is a subset of this complete binary tree and also almost complete binary tree is a subset of this complete binary tree. So what do they really mean? Let us first see that. Now in case of a perfect binary tree, if you are having a tree, then all the levels will be completely filled. Okay, and what do we mean by completely filled? Let's assume that this is a tree. On the left hand side this is level 1, this is level 2 and this is level 3. You can see that at level 1 there can be maximum of only one node in a binary tree, so it contains one node. At level 2 you can have maximum of 2 nodes in a binary tree and it is having 2 nodes. At level 3 you can have maximum of 4 nodes in a binary tree and it is having 4 nodes, right? So all the left and right childs are filled. That means if the depth is, let's say, n, then up till level n-1 all these will be the internal nodes. So all the leaves will be lying at the nth level, that is at the last level, and all the leaves will be present, right? So this is what perfect binary tree means. Now in the second case as well, this is also a perfect binary tree because this is level 1. It should have maximum of one node. Here one node is contained. At level 2 maximum should be 2 nodes and 2 nodes are contained. There is no other level. Okay, so that is why this is a perfect binary tree. In the third case, you will see that this first level should contain maximum of one node. So this is containing one node, right? Second level should contain 2 nodes, which is maximum. So this is containing 2 nodes. But then when you come to level 3, it should contain 4 nodes because this is maximum. Okay, maximum which can be kept at level 3 should be 4 nodes. But in this case there are 2 nodes. Here you can accommodate 2 more nodes. So these are not present, and that is why this is not a perfect binary tree. I hope you understood the concept of perfect binary tree. Let's now move on to the almost complete binary tree. What does this mean? An almost complete binary tree will never be a perfect tree. Okay, that means a perfect binary tree. So in this case the leaves should be present only at the last and the second last level, and the leaves at the same level must be filled from left to right. Now let's see some examples. In the first example you will see that this is the second last level, okay, because the depth is 2. So the second last level will be depth 1, which is this one, L1 level, okay. So till L1 level the tree is entirely filled, okay. At the last level the tree should be filled from left to right, and this is correct because if 2 would have been the right child of this 1, then this would not have been an almost complete binary tree. But since 2 is the left child of 1, so we are following the property that leaves at the same level must be filled from left to right. Okay. Now in the second example, you will see that this is a perfect binary tree. This is not a almost complete binary tree. So this is not an almost complete binary tree. In this case, level 1 is completely filled as well as level 2 is completely filled. So this will be a perfect binary tree. This is not almost complete binary tree. In the third case, this will be an almost complete binary tree. Why is that? Because this first level is filled, the second level is entirely filled. This is the n-1th level. Now this is the last level. At the last level, all the nodes should not be present, but the nodes should be present from left to right. Okay. So in this case, if 4 would have been present, if there is only one node, then that should have been present as a left child of 2. Let's say there was another node here, 5. Okay. So will this be an almost complete binary tree? No, because if 5 is present, then this should be present here, because we want to fill from left to right and this should be removed. Then this will become a almost complete binary tree. I hope you are understanding it. Now in this example, in the fourth example, you will see that this is not an almost complete binary tree because first level is filled, second level is filled, all right. But in the last level, leaves should be filled from left to right. But here you will see that 2's right child is 4 but left child is not present. So this rule is not being followed, this second rule. Now in this last example, we will see that this is completely filled, L1 level, L2 level is completely filled, L3 level is not completely filled. So the first rule says that leaves should be present only at the last and the second last level. But you will see that this 3 is a leaf, okay, and this is present at the third last level. This is level 3, this is level 4, okay. So this is the last level and this is the second last level. So what is this L2 doing? This is the third last level and this is a leaf. So this first rule is not getting followed. So I hope you understood both the perfect binary tree as well as almost complete binary tree, right? So if you just Google it out, then basically you might get confused. So just follow the video. So now you will quickly understand what is a complete binary tree. Now a perfect binary tree should contain all the levels completely, okay. So if it is having 2 levels, it should have 3 nodes. If it is having 3 levels, then it should have 7 nodes, right? So this is a perfect binary tree. And an almost complete binary tree should not be perfect. Second last level, until the second last level, everything should be full, right? And at the last level, if we are filling nodes, then that should be present from left to right. So this is an almost complete binary tree. So what can we say about this complete binary tree? We can say that in a complete binary tree, all the levels till the second last level is completely filled, right? But at the last level, the nodes should be filled from left to right, okay, and all the nodes might be present, okay. So this is also a complete binary tree. This is not an almost complete binary tree, it is a complete binary tree, and this is also a perfect binary tree, right? So basically this is very simple to understand. If you are having a tree, then until this second last level, all the levels should be completely filled. At the last level, the node should be filled from left to right. That's it, okay. So I hope you understood this concept as well. Now once you have understood this, let us look at what a heap data structure really is. In this case, a heap data structure is a tree based data structure and it is a complete tree, okay. So a heap can be a binary tree or an n-ary heap as well, but n-ary heaps are not required. In this case, we will just be focusing on the binary tree. So what is a heap data structure now? It should be a complete binary tree, okay, and this is a tree based data structure. Third point is that heap property must be followed by this tree based data structure, which is a complete binary tree, okay. So first thing is that this is a tree DS. Second thing is that it is a complete binary tree, okay, and the third thing is that it should follow the heap property. So these are the 3 things which you should remember. So now we will look at the heap property by using examples. So heap is of 2 types, min heap and max heap. Min heap keep tracks of the minimum element at the root node. Max heap keep tracks of the maximum element at the root node, okay. So now let's first understand what a max heap is. It is a complete binary tree in which root should always be maximum, and the same goes for all the subtrees. Now what does this mean? Let's look at the first example. In this case, is this a max heap? Now you can see that this is a root node, right? So this root node should be maximum in this entire tree, and this is correct. Now we need to verify for all the other nodes as well. So if we pick this node 10, then this node 10 is present as a root in this subtree, right? And this 10 is greater than both the left subtree as well as right subtree. That means all the elements in left subtree and all the elements on the right subtree. If you combine them, then this will be the maximum. Okay, this is correct. We will not be searching for the leaf nodes. Now in this case, if you look at this 20, then in this subtree, 20 is the root node, and in this entire subtree, 20 is the maximum element. Okay, so this is what a max heap property means. It means that the root should always be maximum, and the same is followed recursively for all the subtrees. Okay, now let us look at the second example and understand if it is a max heap. So if you look at the second example, then this is the root node, right? And this is the maximum in this entire tree. Okay, so the heap property is being followed for this node. Now we will have to check for all the internal nodes recursively, right? So in this subtree, 12 is the root. Now 12 is the root, so 12 should be the maximum element, but you will see that there is a node in the left subtree which is having higher value than this 12. So this is not following the heap property, right? Because the root should always be maximum, even for the subtrees. So this will not be a heap. Okay, so both these are complete binary trees. But in the first case, it follows the heap property. In the second case, it will not be following the heap property. So that is why the second case is not a heap. I hope you understood this max heap. Now the same goes for the min heap. In a min heap, it is a complete binary tree in which root should always be minimum, and the same goes for all the subtrees, right? So this is basically the same concept as the max heap, but in this case the root should be minimum, and in the max heap it should be maximum. So let us quickly look at this first example. In this case, this is the root. So this is having value 1. Now this should be the minimum value in this entire tree, and this is correct, right? Now we need to verify for all the other internal nodes. So if you look at this subtree, here the value is 10, and this is minimum in this entire subtree, right? So this internal node has been verified. Now this is a leaf node, so this will not be verified. So the heap property is getting followed for all the internal nodes, and that is why this will become a min heap. So this is a complete binary tree and it follows the heap property. Okay. Now in the second example, if you look at it, is it a min heap? Well, no, it is not a min heap. So how is that? If you look at this root node, this is 3 and this is minimum in this entire tree. So the min heap property is getting followed here, right? So we will have to check for all the other internal nodes. 10 is an internal node, and in this case you will see that in this subtree 10 should be minimum. So yes, it is correct, 10 is minimum. So min heap property is getting followed here. These two are leaves, so no need to check for them. Now this is the next internal node. Here you will see that in this subtree 20 should be the minimum element, but you will see that it has a left subtree which is having a node value 15, which is less than this root node, right? So min heap property is not getting followed here, and that is why this will not be a min heap. I hope you understood the concept of both max heap and min heap, right? So this is pretty important and pretty simple to understand, I think. Now there are some special types of heaps which are not required if you are focusing on placements, which are the binomial heap, Fibonacci heap, leftist heap, and there are many other heaps as well. So just for the sake of mentioning them, I have just made this slide. So this is all about the introduction to heap, and from the next video I will be trying to explain you how to implement these heaps. So stay tuned with us. So if this video was helpful, then do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel in order to watch more of these programming videos. See you in our next video. Thank you.